Hello, I'm FPX Toycat, and I personally think that traveling and understanding the world are very important things. Very important things made much harder by the current pandemic facing us all, and as a result of that, traveling is much harder, and you might want to do it, but might not be able to, and that's where this video comes in, because I'm going to give you the experience of exploring the world, except via the world's most important medium, that's right, Minecraft villages. So here are the world's countries explained in Minecraft villages. The German village is very efficient, the workers are more productive, they make more money, and they've got a better economy than the rest of Europe. Just don't ask what else they do better than the rest of Europe. France is an absolutely magnificent, beautiful country in so many ways, it goes without saying, except for the fact that they're on strike again. And this time it's also another revolution, so they're chopping off more heads. How wonderful. So next up is Russia, and let's be honest, you are drunk. This is the largest Minecraft village with some of the most diverse peoples across it, and the only reason the entire thing stays together is because for some reason everyone seems to worship the pillager riding the bear. Greece is where a lot of modern civilization was born, including democracy, the Olympics, many fields of philosophy, and nowadays they are a shipping powerhouse, but nobody pays their taxes, and as a result, we're gonna have to ask the Germans for another bailout. So this is Australia. It's a very remote place that is absolutely filled to the brim with giant deadly spiders that for some reason the population doesn't seem to care about or notice, but despite those two absolutely irredeemable qualities, somehow it is one of the nicest countries on Earth that everyone agrees is lovable and that, just has some of the chillest people around, it seems. Also, this isn't really relevant to the video, but did you know most koalas actually have chlamydia? I bet you didn't until just now, and if you did, then, next time you see a koala, you make sure you pay attention to them. Give them a little bit of silent judgment for the things they've been doing. So the Welsh village is actually really pleasant, but I think it's a good idea that we leave before the sun sets. So Syria is a country that is filled with history and culture, and a government that attacks its own citizens. So Venezuela literally has the world's largest reserves of dinosaur juice, the liquid which makes the entire world run. They have 20% of it within their territory, and despite that fact, the people are still wildly poor. Many cannot afford to eat, many starve to death, and they have rampant hyperinflation. But it's impossible to say why, right? Overblown and corrupt government. It could be anything behind the sad situation in Venezuela. Someone named this country very poorly. So I'm not the first one to point out that both these countries seem like they have misleading names. Most people chalk it up to a joke or a coincidence, but it actually is because Greenland was deliberately named, like clickbait, to encourage more people to settle there. It was deliberately named wrongly, so people would go all the way to somewhere called Greenland, and then they realize, oh no, it's icy, but I'm stuck here anyway. And yeah, that is why Greenland is named wrong. And Iceland actually does get quite snowy in the winter, or icy as you could say. So yeah, the joke is that they're both poorly named, but they were both deliberately poorly named, and I don't know if that makes it better, honestly, because it was kind of like clickbait in the days before clickbait, except your whole life would be uprooted and you'd be in a fake island. I don't know if that's great news. So everyone loves the Swedish, right? Whether it's the meatballs, the people, the systems at play, but also they created IKEA and Minecraft, which means that this Minecraft village is inside an IKEA. How is that possible? I don't know, but everyone loves the Swedish is the key message here. So this is one of the most unique, beautiful, and exciting places in the world, and if you want to live here, all you have to do is pay a few $1,000s a month, and you too can have a luxury apartment that is this size. Okay, this video was a little bit unrealistic. You'd share this apartment with 2 to 3 other people, but still, you'd get to live in Hong Kong. Brazil is a beautiful country. Sure, there's a bit of crime, there's a bit of corruption, but what country doesn't have those things? Also, if anyone tries to tell you that the Amazon rainforest is burning, that is European propaganda. The rainforest is definitely not on fire. You might see pictures of it, but those are all lies sold to you by the West to keep Brazil down. Argentina is fascinating geographically because it's so long and thin, and they're also very good at football. They're just also not very good at war or running an economy effectively. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed my tour around the world, but via Minecraft villages. This is the part of the video where usually YouTubers ask you to like for some reason, as well as a bunch of other things like buy merch, etc. But all I ask you for is that if you enjoyed this video, you perhaps consider subscribing with notifications turned on so you see more of these videos daily on your homepage, because that's what subscribing does. And also, I hope you enjoy the fact that the sun has no longer set in Hong Kong and there are nicer flags all over the place. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. All I know is I hope you have a great day, because I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. So I really hope people notice that I used the white flag to represent the French again. It's a little joke that I can't help but include in every video. Also, just as a little bit of trivia at the end here, did you know that the guillotine in France is actually the major method of execution all the way into the 20th century? As late as 1977, less than 50 years ago, they were still chopping off people's heads with the guillotine. And I don't know if that's like perfectly French or perfectly horrific, but fun fact, it's kind of both.